Title and then the prayers. Let's see if it's different.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, the name is Honorable Murtala Usman BANYE, not John Murtala Usman BANYE. Mr. Speaker, I remain Honorable Murtala Usman BANYE, member representing people of Batagarawa, Charanchirimi. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Katsina State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move a motion for the need to complete the delayed contract for the dualization of Kano-Katsina Highway.
Thank you. Please go to your prayer.
Mr. Speaker, my prayers goes as follows. I urge this House to resolve that the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, to aggressively commence the rehabilitation of the old single lane used presently by the commuters, and to mandate the committees on works and FEMA, when constituted, to investigate the cause of the delay in the dualization of Kano-Katsina Highway and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
And my dear colleagues, Ali Adeyemi Taufik is my name. I speak of good people of Mushiwan, Fakosi in Lagos. Mr. Speaker, my colleague, I'm from Lagos. I rise to second the motion as moved by my dear colleague from Katsina State. Mr. Speaker, I so second. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I must highlight that the oversight function of the House are crucial for addressing the non-completion of road projects and delayed contracts for road projects across the country by identifying and resolving factors hindering their completion and the provision of the respective contracts, thereby ensuring timely and effective delivery of completed road. It is imperative to ramp up these oversight efforts to hold accountable those responsible for project delays and to ensure that necessary measures are taken to address the challenges and complete the roads as required. This is important that we wake up to our duty. All the oversight functions that need to be done this time around must be done so thoroughly with much dedication to ensure that we start projects and we complete them in due time. I want to ask the question. It's an infrastructure motion. Any amendment? Please go ahead, Honorable Abadi.
Federal constituency. A gentleman from Bayelsa State. Mr. Speaker, looking at paragraph 2 of the motion, it is a contract that is already ongoing, awarded to CCECC.
We learn by listening.
And if you look at...
Excuse me, Honorable Abadi.
Sir.
We learn and we keep learning by listening.
Yes, sir.
Not to you, I'm not addressing you, I'm addressing the House. The more we listen, the more we learn how these things are done, especially when a high-ranking member of the parliament is expressing his opinion, especially the new members. Listen and pick up few things that will help you for your own interventions in the future. We learn by listening. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the protection. Mr. Speaker, paragraph 3 also says that the then Minister of Works has last inspected that project, which means that it is an ongoing project, Mr. Speaker, and that project may have been abandoned. And so we cannot call on FEMA to take over an ongoing contract that is abandoned. And so I think that prayer 1 will not be applicable. Rather, it should be Ministry of Works to ensure that the contractor is invited and then the contract reactivated for the contractor to go back to site. That should be the amendment. But not for FEMA to go and maintain a road that has already been contracted.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
I think that's the basis for my amendment. That rather than prayer 1 calling on FEMA to aggressively commence rehabilitation, which does not fall within their purview, because they are not the agency that contracted the contract to the...
Points have been made.
Yes.
I got your point, and I'm sure some of them got it. Any seconder to this motion?
So withdraw because I'm not familiar with the old and new road, but it's because of the reference made here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. On your drop yours. Thanks a lot. So I go ahead to put the question. Those who are in support of this motion, say aye. Aye. Those against it, say nay. The ayes have it. The motion is referred to the Committee on Works and Federal Road Maintenance Agency once constituted. Honorable colleague, the 18th order of the day is a motion on need to investigate open letter by aggrieved prison officials to the President, standing in the name of Honorable Ugonna Ozuribo. Honorable Ozuribo is invited to move the motion. Please make it as quick as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, that motion I moved today for the completion of the dualization work of Kano Katsina Highway, is of national importance because it's the only route that connects Nigeria with Niger Republic through state of Maradi. And on that road we have so many international grains markets, starting from Dawanau. Dawanau is a regional international market, to Kankia, Charanchi, Bichi, along that major highway. So it's not a matter of my constituency, though it cut across all the three local governments I represented. It cut across Charanchi, Verimi and Batagara. But I consider that motion as a national motion and as a state motion in general. That road is very, very vital to international commercial activities.
It was awarded some time ago. What happened?
Yeah, actually, the nature of contractors and maybe administering the contract itself. Along the way, phase 1, that is section 1 of the project, is actually 95% to 98% completed. But the major part of the road that covers my state, Katsina, starting from Gidan Mutundaya to Katsina City, it is not yet to be completed. Some, relied on maybe compensation and what have you. But a matter at all, we agitate. People, my constituents, are agitating for the quicker and speedy completion of that project.
Your prayer to the house was, what was exactly your prayer?
Yeah, that is it's an infrastructural motion, so it's a straightforward motion, and I urge the FEMA. We have an existing single lane route, so I urge FEMA to, as a matter of urgency, aggressively address the dilapidation stage of the old lane. There are so many potholes, that become death trap to commuters. And the second prayer, I urge my honorable colleagues, when our standing committees are constituted, FEMA and Works Committee should look into the real saga in the contract.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yau ka gabatar da wani kudari a wurin majalisa inda